Okay, in this video we're going to look at a program called SAS Writing Navigator. You can see that I simply searched for writing, and it's one of the three that came up, and it is an app, so it's a full-featured kind of program here. You certainly could search for SAS Writing Navigator and you would find it, but I wanted to do this because sometimes it's a good idea to do some general searches and to kind of see what's out there, play around if you have the time. You'll get 3 suggestions. You'll also have more extension results, and that's going to allow you to look into other programs, not the recommended ones, and more app results as well. So just by using those links up there, you can see that there are other choices here. Be aware, some of these are going to be paid choices and some will be free. Some will have free components and then optional upgrades to a paid account. Okay, I've already installed, so once you do install, you're going to be brought to this screen, and you're going to have to sign up. As with most of these apps, etc., there's a web-based component. They don't run completely on your machine. There's storage off-site, etc., and so they generally require an account. Not always, but very often they do. So if you click on sign up, it's going to bring you to the page. I've used the sign up button here and had a little trouble with it, but if you go further down, you can sign up either using a Google account, a Facebook account. I generally prefer email. So fill this out, identify yourself as a teacher, okay, and you'll get some more options, and I'll be back in a second when you're all ready to go. Once you sign up, it'll come to a little welcome screen. It will allow you to give them a little more information here if you'd like. That's not necessary, but you can update your profile here if you'd like. Okay, let's get to using the product. And before we really get into it, I would like to talk about one thing. If you come to the SAS Curriculum Pathways website, you'll notice this is not a tool just for writing. If you come under educators, there's professional development sections, there's community strategies, there are tie-ins to the standards, plan books, all sorts of things. But for my purposes right now, this is not what I'm interested in. I would just like to look at the writing tool. So I'm going to open that up. And interestingly, it didn't install a shortcut in amongst my apps up here, which most generally do. But if you click on apps, you'll see you're going to get a list of all your apps here. So you can always access them here as well. We generally come here to go to the web store, but in this case I'm going to go out to the second page and I'm going to click on Writing Navigator because that's what I'm interested in. Okay, so there's a writing planner, and we're going to start from scratch. And it's basically giving me lots of information and help on a writing process. So right now it wants us to identify a purpose and an audience. If I want more information about the focus, I can click about the purpose, and it's going to give some nice handy information here about the types of things that should be in there, and likewise for the audience. So in this case, my purpose is just to test the tool, probably a terrible purpose. And your audience right now is myself. Fine. I can come down to brainstorming. It's going to give me some directions on how to use the tool. So to brainstorm, I'm going to click this icon to add an idea. And then I can enter one idea, fact, or opinion about the topic that might be useful. So I'm going to try all the buttons. I am going to check YouTube for help. It doesn't need to be capitalized, but I'm brainstorming, so I'm not worried about it. Do a Google search. Okay, so you get some ideas. You can see what that's like. Now, in addition, I can of course grab and reorder these, which would be nice. I wouldn't do initially when I was brainstorming, but I would certainly do later. I can also conduct some research. So if there's something in particular, okay, here's my Google Plus communities, I can add in here notes. Okay, I can identify the type of source that was here, book, pamphlet, magazine, sound recording, whatever it is. In this case, it's none of those. I guess it's a personal interview in that case. And that will open up the additional options for me to document that here. So I will just submit that for now. Okay, so from there you can go on to a research phase, which is really what I started already. It's going to give me some hints about research, about document sources, and about plagiarism. Okay, we can add groups to start to put similar ideas together. So I'm going to add a group called okay, and then I could say I'm going to check my communities, my YouTube help, and my Google search. So you know what, I'm going to change that to say research. And I'll make another group that says exploration. Okay, then I'll be able to order those. Okay, they're talking about sequencing now, and we'll explain some information about that, but let's just say that the Google search is the first thing I do, then I go to YouTube. That's probably pretty typical, and then I would check my communities, and then finish. I can save this, print it, send it to someone, or open in writing draft. So I'm going to save it for right now. Okay. If I wanted to download it, I would have different options on my computer, but I can do that as well. I'm just going to leave it for now. Just save it. Okay. Now that's Writing Planner. I've saved, so I should be okay here. Let me come back to my apps. You'll see that in addition to the planner, there's a drafter, reviser, and publisher. And I'm not going to go through all of that, but if you're very involved in writing, it might be worth your while to check it out. You can also see that my autosave was done here, and if I click on it and open it, it's going to bring me right back to where I was. Additional tools from the teacher end, you know, I can attach standards to it. This is things that are not going to really apply to a student doing it, but share it, start, you know, typical things that we find on a website. So an interesting tool.